Evening all. Are we live? I think we might be. If we are, as usual, give a thumbs up under the video or type something down below. Let me know we're working. Had a little bit of an issue earlier on with the database server on the website, so that was causing me a bit of grief. But that seems to have sorted itself out now, so that's all good. I think we are working. Yes, we are. I just realised I was in a bit of a hurry tonight. A black t-shirt against a black background doesn't really work, does it? I look like a floating head. Hang on a minute. I think I can change this somewhere if I can find the right button. Just bear with me. Colour source. How about that? That's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, that would do for now. Right, so I've had a busy few days programming more stuff on the website. So we now have, he says, try to look at the right window, coins and tokens at last, because people are desperate for coins for their machines. Works just like the rest of the site. Click the button, make an offer, etc. You can place wanted adverts if you're looking for particular coins or tokens for your machines, same as everything else. And I've stuck all the price history down here as well. I think there's about 600 odd prices from our previous auctions, sorted out into types of coin. Yeah, I mean, there's like 203 for old pennies, unsurprisingly. But you click this little icon here and that brings up a list down here of all the prices. What I'm going to do when I get round to it is split the prices down per 100 coins or something, because obviously different lots in the past. I mean, for instance, this one was a bag of 1200 made 70 quid, and then there was a bag of 135 made 30 quid, strangely. 1,000 made 30 quid, 200 made 15, so the prices are kind of all over the place, but they're difficult to compare because of the different amounts per lot. So yeah, I'll try and standardize a probably per 100. I would think it's probably sensible, and put like an extra column in here, so still get the price of the actual lot sold for, but also an equivalent per 100 or something. So that's another job to do in the future. It's not desperate at the moment, but it's on my jobs list, should we say. Evening Peter. Evening Peter. Anybody else called Peter? So that's coins. So there's half a dozen lots. There's a load more to put on. I think I mentioned the other night, I've been sorting stuff out here in Cambridge. I found a bucket full of coins I'd forgotten I'd even got from donkeys years ago. There's a lot of sixpences I'd sorted out into different years for some reason. I don't know, I must have got bored or something years ago. But a lot of years I've noticed there's probably more than 100, so I can make a good lot of a certain year of sixpences. So don't know why you want that, but if it's your birth year or year of the slot machine you're using them in or something, it might be quite nice to have 1965 sixpences if you were born in 1965 or something like that to go with your machine. So yeah, I'll get those listed in the next few days. Just want to check through and make sure they're all good coins and not any bent ones or anything in them. I've got various tokens for different machines as well, clown tokens and things like that to sort out, which are not easy to come by, so they'll hopefully be of use for somebody. Evening Paul. So that's coins and tokens, and also on the spares and supplies, etc. I need to call this something else now, really, but I've also been through about, I think, 2,500 price results, which drove me around the wall. So if you scroll all the way down past the wanted bit, down to the bottom, there's now price history for all of that stuff as well. And I've sort of grouped it together in, you'll see arcade signs, arcades, machine stands. The other is just for the odds and sods that don't fit anywhere else really. Then the spares are split up, as you'll see, all in spares, bits for aristocrats, ballies, bandits, Brinkos, Buckleys, blah blah blah, and in sort of logical chunks. So if you're looking for a rough idea of prices of spares, that should help rather than sifting through 2,500, which is what I did. Some of them are still quite big, just because we've sold 350 lots of Mills spares, for example. Whatever, we'll see. Might be able to split it down a bit more in future. Mutoscopes, I'm not sure if I've put the videos on here yet. I think that's something I've still got to do. No, I haven't. So I think there's 2 or 3 videos floating about of old mutoscope reels we've sold in the past. I'll add them on there in due course. Also, in all the I think in all the sections of prices through the site, you'll notice I've now also put the details from the old auction catalogues. So what lot number the thing was, if you're referring back to old auction catalogues, if you've got them, and the description we had at the time, which is not terribly useful perhaps in spares, but when it comes to machines, I don't know. Let's look at our good old favourite, the Brian's 11s is. Brian's 11s is, here we go. So you see down here now in all the price history, you've got the descriptions at the time. So that helps a bit with when comparing the prices, because obviously some might have been in really bad condition, some in really good condition, etc. So whatever the catalogue said at the time is now all there as well to see. So that's a whole load more information. Some of them, the Brian's machines have got the serial numbers as well, when I remember to catalogue them at the time, because I know people like all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so that's all there. Actual new listings for sale this week, there's not much yet, but there's a whole load of stuff coming in over the weekend. So I think there's only, oh, actually what shows in the last 7 days is lots of coins. But coming in over the weekend, I think there's a War Eagle, I think there's another couple of bandits, I think there's some electromechanical stuff, some more spare parts, and in advance of future happenings, I think there's some toys coming, I believe, and some stuff for the Auction of Horrors as well, and Resurrect the Auction of Horrors. So there's a whole load of stuff going on. I'm going to be super busy over the weekend because there's people coming and going, collecting, dropping stuff off, and so on and so on. I'm trying to crack on with the finishing off the fairground pages to get them running for next week. And in between that, as I say, there's new stuff arriving that's going to need photographing and cataloguing as well. So you'll have to bear with, keep an eye on the website. Keep an eye on the Instagram. Go put quick snaps on there. If you don't follow us on that, you put a link down there on here, so you can go to Instagram and follow us on there. Come in handy. As you see, the other day we had a couple of days ago we had some website problems. Not my end, I hasten to add, with the hosting company. And I couldn't even update the website to say there was a problem. So, but I could stick something on Instagram just to let people know that we knew there was a problem and they were working on it. So that was useful for that. And say earlier on this afternoon or early evening, when there was a problem again with the database servers went down. So Steps, what's Ian up to? One of our subscribers. He's doing something, I don't know. Thought he was going to buy this jukebox. Anyway, how do I get back to my page? I can never get Instagram to work. Here we are. Yeah, if you're not on Instagram, there you go. It's just pictures of the latest stuff that comes in before it gets listed properly. So have a look at that. So then this Sunday we've got this lot finishing. I'll zoom in a little bit. Oh, too much. Go out one. There you go. The Duo Baromat the bowling, the Buckingham, the well, it's a bracket thing, Reaper roll top, the lovely whirly 1800 jukebox, the world's most wanted slot machine, the Easy Push, and another one of those cast iron bases. So don't forget to get your offers in and all that lot. Especially the Easy Push, because who knows when we're going to see another one. It took long enough to find that one. But then again, if it makes a really good price, there might suddenly be half a dozen of them coming, mightn't there? We can but hope. So yeah, so that's where we're up to. So lots and lots going on. As I say, keep an eye out over the next 2 or 3 days for new stuff, new listings appearing. I'll get these new machines up as soon as I can over the weekend. Might be a day or two till the videos go up on them. Just depends on time, really. Viewing this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, I'm here in Cambridge. If anybody wants to come and view anything, drop anything off, pick anything up, whatever, you're more than welcome. Next week, I'll be in Leamington one day, probably Wednesday, looks like at the moment, but that's not for certain as yet, but that looks most likely to be Wednesday. So again, if you want to collect stuff from there or drop stuff off, get in touch and sort of pencil in Wednesday for Leamington Spa. What else forgot to tell you? There was something that will come to me in a minute. Coins, spare parts, website problems, we've covered that. Stuff finishing, new stuff coming over the weekend. Auction horrors I mentioned, I think, didn't I? We're going to see if we can resurrect that again for October. With this, you know, using the Collector Connector website, the same thing. Yeah, fairground thing I'm working on at the moment, working my way through all the prices and putting them into, you know, categories. I think, as I've probably said before, the way although I've got a lot of information in computerized form from the old auctions, it's not a straightforward swap over to this new system just because of the way everything works. So I kind of have to go through most of it manually, which is a bit of a ball ache, to put it mildly, but never mind. A few people over the past few days have very kindly been spotting either little mistakes or extra bits of information on things like who made things or names of stuff that we didn't have a name for, all that kind of thing. So keep that up. It's really helpful to fill in all the gaps. So if you get really bored, if you look under, I'm really only talking about the machines at the moment. So if you go on Coin Up Machines, if you do a search by maker, for example, search by maker, and go down, scroll down to the bottom of the alphabet bit. I know it doesn't show up on the screen for some reason, but anyway, rather than going for the names, you go right to the bottom. There's, after Z, there's unknown, and then go to unknown maker, and then go again right down to the bottom of the whole lot, of all that lot. Is all their machines, and it brings up this page. I'll put a link in the description as well in a minute. But there's a whole ton of machines that I haven't got makers down for. There's also spares showing on there, which I don't know quite why. I need to sort that out, but anyway, don't worry about spares obviously. But if we can help with any of those, who made them or when or any kind of information, it all helps fill in the gaps. So let me just copy that. I'll paste the link in the description box below, like so. That will take you directly to that page. And there's a similar one under the search by type as well, I think. Yeah, there's unknown type. What does that bring up? Oh yeah, this is a page. Mostly here, it's just where we've got a name of the machine and a maker in a lot of cases, but don't know what it is. So I haven't got a picture of it. It's no doubt there's, you know, either a listing in Carter's book or Costa's book or something like that. Somewhere I found a listing of the machine. Finger tapper by Street. That sounds interesting, doesn't it? So if you've got pictures of any of these, let me know, send them in, whatever. Again, we can fill some gaps in. Because some of them, just from the name, sound really good machines. I'd quite like to see what they are. But yeah, thanks to those of you who've already been doing that. That's really useful. So that's that lot. Any questions of anybody? Questions, comments? Anybody need to know anything? Let me know. As I say, there's not a huge amount of new sales showing at the minute, but there will be in the next day or two. More machines, more spares, more coins. And now I've done the sections. There's 2 or 3 signs, arcade signs here knocking about. People who've been, when they've been interviewed, they've seen them. Said, when's that going on? They'll go on. There's a nice pair that's a mini arcade. There's a finger pointy one. It says fun this way, I think, or something. I think there's another arcade sign. There's a light up sign somewhere. I think it might still be over at the Elephant House. So all that sort of stuff will now go on. Now I've got those sections of the site built. And equally, if you've got that kind of stuff to sell, you can bring that in now as well. Now we've got a bit of the website to put it on. So again, have a good old rummage in the shed, see what you've got. What else have we got for sale at the moment? Let's go to all the machines. So we've got these ones finishing this week, and then we've got the nice double top, jackpot roulette, mad money at 21, little Bravo and a Monaco. There's lots of spares for sale. There's only one stand finishes this week. Most of the spares finish next week. There's some all-in bits on the way. For those of you who need all-in bits. I was hoping they might come today. They haven't, but our post is a bit slow here, so they might come tomorrow with a bit of luck. I think there's an all-in trigger, a coin entry, Brian's payout slide, and a little, you know, pennies only, or those little badge things, I think, as well. I think the chap said. So a few bits, not tons, but you know, all-in bits are hard to find, as we know. So keep an eye out for those. Hopefully they'll arrive tomorrow. The postie hasn't lost them, which would be really annoying. Something else just come into my mind and went straight out again. Brain like a sieve. What was it? Oh yeah, I was going to see what other wanted we've got. Let me just zoom out a bit because this page is kind of a bit big on the type. There we are, that's better. What are people looking for now? Oh, clown catcher, that's a new want. Anybody got a nice clown up to 1,000 quid? I've actually seen a clown for ages. So yeah, I think that's the only new want this week, other than the slot machines. Oh, I think the Cascade was there a few days ago, wasn't it? So yeah, if you want to sell any of this stuff on here, get in touch. Equally, if you want to put your wanted adverts on, hopefully you know how to do that now. Just go onto your account page, and click on wanted ads. There's a simple little form there to fill in to make that work. Evening, David. Hope you're well. So yeah, that's what we're up to. So say yeah, the fairground. This will be the next bit online. And again, it'll be similarly done. It's taken a while to figure out how best to do it because, like I've said before, unlike with slot machines, the catalogue system we've got is because most slot machines were manufactured in number. We know mostly who made them and what kind of thing we are, hence we can build that big catalogue out. But with fairground stuff, a lot of it's kind of one-off or more individual. So basically all the kind of fairground related stuff will be together on one for sale page in the same kind of layout as like the spare parts is, if you like. So it might be gallop a horse, a panel, some fairground lights, some coconut stakes, whatever. So just anything kind of fairground related will be all on one page. And then again at the bottom with all the price history from the past, I'll be able to, this will be split out like, you know, painted tickets, galloper horses, dodging cars, games, swag, whatever, you know, into all the different kind of stuff. So it makes a bit more sense to find prices if you're looking down for prices for stuff. But there's no point having, you know, umpteen different pages of for sales when there's probably only going to be one or two of each type of thing for sale at any one time. It's unlikely to get in. It'd be nice, but very unlikely to have 20 galloper horses in for sale at once, for example, or 20 dodgem cars or whatever. So they can all just go together on one page. So it'll be a similar layout to this. We're working at the moment, and again, you've got to put wanted adverts in the same. I mean, if we just come up like this. It's a list of roughly what people are looking for. And hopefully we'll be able to find some fairground stuff. There's stuff piling up in the yard here. There's some milk churn games, there's some signs, there's some aeroplane chairs. There's a fabulous pay box. That's over at the Elephant House at the moment. There's an organ figure. That's in the hall here on the windowsill. Carved organ figure. What else is there? Can't remember. I think there's some stuff still over the Elephant House, which was consigned to the auction we never had because of the lockdown and everything. So I've got to go and have a rummage over there, see what I can find. So there should be a, you know, start off with a reasonable amount of lots. What I've got to do is find space here by emptying some sheds to put it all in. I was toying with the idea of having the fairground stuff over at the Elephant House and the slot machines here, but it's a bit muddly having the stuff in two places and trying to be in two places of the weekend, because obviously that's when most people are free to come and view stuff. It just isn't really going to work. So I've got to make some space here somehow, but I'm working on that. I'll basically move some of the junk out the sheds and get rid of it, and have a fairground shed. So apart from anything else, it forces me to empty a shed, so that's good, really. Yes, so that's all good. Any more from anybody? Any comments, questions, ideas, moans and groans, aches and pains, whatever? Let me know. I say weekend, if you want to come, it's all good. Just let me know roughly when. I should be in all weekend. But it's just useful to know when people are coming. so I can make sure either your stuff's available to collect, or we've got space to put it if you're delivering, or I haven't gone up the shop for a pint of milk or something like that. And then next week, probably Wednesday at the Elephant House. Bear that in mind if you want to come over there to drop stuff off or collect anything. Yeah, so there we are. We'll do another live stream Sunday night as usual, if no one's got anything else to say tonight. I'll carry on with some work. And by then, I say there should be quite a lot of new stuff listed as well. It's just the way it's worked this week. Not much is coming at the week, but there's quite a lot coming in the weekend. So we'll catch up with that again a bit better probably on Sunday night. Hopefully the internet will behave itself this week. It was a bit dodgy on last Sunday. I don't know why. I think it was because of that awful rain we had. Rain in the wire somewhere along the line. But yeah, there we are. So that's about it from me, I think. And if anybody's got anything to say, let me know. Otherwise, I've nearly finished my cup of tea. I'll go and make another one. Go and have some dinner. Perhaps I should find a nice picture to put behind me. Or have a different colour every week or something, I don't know. I can stretch the whole website out like this. Which is fine until we go to a page and I'm in the way. Not that you really want to look at me anyway, but I'll put that back about there. That's where I usually have it, isn't it? About like that. The other thing is if I stretch it out really wide, you don't actually see much website, if you see what I mean. You don't get much height of website when I'm trying to show you things on the website. So that's the reason of having it a bit thinner. That makes sense. Peter, the electromech machines coming. Any more details as to what? No, I don't know. I think the wall machines rather than floor standing stuff. Other than that, I don't know till they arrive. So keep your Instagram poised, and it will ping you when it comes, and I take a quick snap of it. Oh, how did your filming go, by the way? Hope that was all right. They weren't too much of a pain like TV usually are. David, hope my stuff is not in your way. You usually can play with it. Exactly. No, not in my way at all. I'll carry on playing with it. So, yeah, buy some more, then you can... hopefully the van will make it all the way next time you come up. I'm sure we can find something else to sell you. Like a very nice jukebox for a start, or yeah. I miss that when it goes. It's a nice thing. It sounds lovely. Every time I go in to see the machines, I keep putting a record on. I'm trying to avoid temptation of buying it myself. I'm trying not to spend any money at the minute. But yeah, lovely thing. Yes, very long day. Started 9ish and finished 3. That's a short day for telly. We usually do 12 hours. Or more usually on one set. That's like a half day. Your proper telly is 7 till 7. But yeah, hopefully all publicity is good publicity, as they say. So when it comes out, it will be good, I'm sure. I'll keep meaning to bring out the link for the I think I did for Doctors with the Mad Tea Party. It's on iPlayer now. I missed it when it came out live. I'll do that for Sunday night, perhaps. I haven't even watched it myself yet. I just spoke to the production designer the other day and said, oh, when does that Doctors thing come out? He said, oh, it was out a couple of weeks ago. Great, missed it. Be interesting to see how it looks with all the mad crap on I supplied them. It should go out in March. Oh well, we'll keep an eye out for that then. Yeah, it'll be all right, won't it? Not long before Easter, so that'd be handy. You could a little bit of publicity for the start of the season, hopefully. Yeah, most of the telly stuff I've been doing doesn't go out until the new year. So it'd be good to see some of that. Some of it's been a lot of work. As usual, it'll probably be on telly for like 10 seconds and then such is the way with these things, but hey, they pay me, I don't care. Talking of telly, I've been doing more, just sort of thinking and planning about making DVD documentary type things on people's collections. So it's yep, very much it's going to happen. It's just a case of when I can find the time, basically, as much as anything. But I want to do not just here's a pusher, it pushes coins off. Here's a crane, it grabs prizes. Here's a mutoscope, it plays films, blah blah blah. But more of stuff about the collector that we're going to see each time, really. I.e., what got them into it. What things they I don't know, their favourite machine, the machine they're still looking for and haven't managed to find, their best buy, worst buy, all that kind of stuff. It just makes it a bit more interesting, really, rather than just an hour of here's a machine, here's a machine, here's a machine, here's a machine. That just get boring as hell, I think. Individual little film clips of machines we can stick on the website, like I do with the sale videos. So we can kind of do twofold, really, with the while I'm there filming. Because at the end of the day, some machines are more interesting than others as well. If somebody's got 10 pushers, because I just happened to mention pushers, well, some pushers are quite interesting. Other ones are pretty boring, really. But if it's one we haven't got a video clip of, we'll do it while I'm there as well, and then just stick it on the website. Because it's all useful stuff if you're trying to restore one, or you've got bits missing, seeing how it works, whatever. So yeah, thinking, planning, and I'll keep you posted on that as I get nearer to actually getting organised to start looking to do it, basically produce it. Peter, does the Geomat pay out correctly on each win? Forgot to check. I don't know the answer to that one. I haven't checked either. Geomat. Where are we? Click the right button would help, wouldn't it? Geomat, 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 Geomat. I will try and check What's it got up to? Up to 10 in theory. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'll make a note. It says look for a piece of paper. Check. Duomat payouts. And then I'll update either the listing or on Sunday night's video. If I forget to do that, just ask me then to see if all working. I don't usually check all the payouts, usually I just haven't got time. When I'm filming the videos, I usually just play a machine till it pays out to make sure it does pay out, and then assuming it pays out whatever's it's come up, then I assume it's working okay. Because to fiddle about, try to set every payout, I just haven't got the time to do, to be quite honest. But I will check on that since you've asked. Andrew, I took one of my all-wins onto the bidding room TV shows filmed in April. That will be shown next Feb. Marvellous. Did you sell it to them? We got James on there. Used to come to the auctions, didn't he? James, what's it, from Thingamajiggle, Saffron, where he lives, not far from here. Used to come to the Elephant House many years ago. Well, not that many years ago. I think he used to come until he had a baby, basically, and then it took up more of his time of a Sunday than coming and standing in the Elephant House. No, they didn't want to pay much. What a surprise. James was the highest bidder. Well, I thought he might be, funny enough, because at least he knows what they're worth, as it were. So, which I guess to the others, to be fair to them, is probably half the problem if you don't know. I've said before, sometimes when you look at machines, we all know what they're worth, so it's hard to be kind of objective. But it used to be at the auction, sometimes we get a customer come for the first time, they'd found us online or whatever, hadn't bothered to actually look at the prices of stuff sold for whatever bizarre reason, so they come looking at machines and come and find me and have a look round, and oh yeah, well I'm looking for an all-win for the kitchen, or a one-arm bandit or whatever for my husband's birthday or something. I said, well yeah, okay, what sort of budget have you got? And they go, oh well, £100. I said, well, you're not going to get anything for £100. Oh. Well, I quite like the look of that one, which invariably would be the most expensive one. It'd either be a nice shiny governor if it was a bandit, or it'd be a really nice Wonders all-win or something. And you'd say to them, well, that governor's going to probably be £1,000 or thereabouts, and they'd fall over. You just hadn't got a clue. And you can kind of see, in a way, if you don't know, does a one-armed bandit look worth £1,000? I don't know. The trouble is, I've always known what they're worth since I was a kid, I guess. But if you try and forget everything you know, as it were, and you think, well, it's just an old machine, after all said and done. It doesn't even work on new money. It's not really any good. You can't really use it. It's just kind of a bit of a fun thing to stick in the corner. Does it look worth £1,000? Probably not. Yeah, so for a dealer who's not used to them, and then obviously they've got to take it and stick it in their shop and put a profit on it, then it's going to be difficult to get a proper price out of them. It's like when I look at, I don't know, contemporary art or something, I just don't get it at all. How, two splotches on a bit of canvas can be £500,000. Don't get it. Do not understand it at all. I can kind of understand if you look at a nice fine painting. I don't know, we can look at a Gainsborough or something. You can say, oh yeah, okay, that's a nice painting. That's okay. You can appreciate there's some work in that, and it's worth some money. don't know. But again, it's what you know, isn't it? And that's the thing. It's your market and what you know. So yeah, interesting. Thing is with these programs, you know, again, it's all, any publicity is good publicity, really. If it's, well, assuming they're not doing something terrible, but it all brings awareness to the fact that these things are out there, and hopefully encourages a few more people to get involved. So new collectors on the scene, which is always a good thing. Some people kind of want to keep everything to themselves and think, oh well, you know, new people means more competition and might put the prices up. But no, it's a good thing. You've got to remember, we're all getting older, and eventually collectors fall off the other end. So we need some new ones to come in at the bottom and keep the whole thing going round and round in a big circle. So more the merrier, as far as I'm concerned. A free hotel and travel expenses, so it's worth the effort. Well, that's all right then. That's something, I suppose. If they're not going to pay you, that's the trouble with these reality, this, you know, unscripted telly. They don't like paying anybody anything, which is why I don't do it. I prefer working the other side of the camera when they pay me quite a lot. The building stuff, making things. But you know, to go and be in front of the camera, they don't want to pay anything usually. Unless you're a star, of course. Unless you're a lovey, then they'll pay you lots of money. But yeah, I was saying back to, you know, documentary type video-y things. It's going to be a case of yeah, planning out and trying to make something that's interesting to a not yeah, just a slightly wider audience, so not just a hour or whatever of machine. If you imagine like the little videos I do of the machines for sale, well, if you think of 50 of those all stuck together, it'd be very, very boring. Because ultimately every bandit pretty much does the same, every pusher pretty much does the same, every all-win pretty much does the same. Well, that's nice to see different things. It would just be dull, and no one will want to watch it. So you know, in every collection there's some rarer machines that will be interesting to look at in a bit more detail and see how they work, perhaps, or you know, the different quirks in the mechanisms and what's special about that particular thing. So that'd be the sort of thing we'd spend a bit more time looking at, I think. I say the other, how can I put it, perhaps less exciting machines, although they might be unusual. Probably just do them as short clips and stick them on the website in the kind of the archive video section, and then that gives us more time to talk to whichever collector it is, or go and see about their, you know, about the whole collecting thing and their kind of ethos and their I don't know, their story, I guess. It's interesting, you know, collecting as a subject, as always, is interesting in itself. Whatever it is people collect. Why do you collect stuff? People collect stuff for different reasons. They have different ways of collecting, different methods. Some people collect, I mean, going back to machines again, some people collect, they want to get the whole set. So Brian's is the obvious one. They want to get all the Brian's machines, or they want to get all the different Mills bandits, and that kind of thing. Other people like to collect stuff they remember as a kid, certain machines they remember playing, because it brings back good memories or whatever. You know, other people want to collect sort of an example of each. If they're into bandits, they want a Mills and a Jennings and a Pace, and so on and so on. One of each maker, because it's interesting to see how different makers tackle the same kind of problem and come up with different solutions, what they've nicked off of each other and what they've done differently. So every collector kind of has a different methodology, and that's, to me at least, is interesting, and hopefully it might be interesting to other people. One day I'll get all my collection out and film all that lot, but it's not easy because it's all in store, and stuff's getting even buried worse in store at the minute, because obviously sorting this house out and preparing to move and one thing and another. My stuff is just getting more and more buried in storage units, which is a bit depressing. But one day I'll get it all out, and that'll make for an interesting film, because some really rare stuff. So it's frustrating at the minute because there's some stuff I'd like to get photographs of on the website, and I can't get to my own stuff to photograph it, not easily. So I have to try and remember as I'm moving stuff and can get to it to take a snap. But there we are. I'll keep you posted on that. So looking at ways of funding, it'll probably be some kind of crowdfundy type thing, like I've done with some short films I've made. Principally, it'll be sort of pre-order the DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, and that will gauge really something else if there is going to be enough interest. Because if they don't get a certain amount of sales, then it's just not worth doing because of the cost of production. But provided we can sell enough advance orders that it looks like it's going to pay for itself at least, then we'll go and shoot it. And once we're done with one, hopefully that will work well enough that we can go and do it with other collectors as well. I've got 4 or 5 collectors, possibly more now, who are willing and keen to have a good old chat and pull some of their machines to bits and get the stuff filmed. So it could be a good little series really of films. Let's hope so anyway. Anyway, anything else from anybody? Because it's nearly 9 o'clock, I need a cup of tea. And if there's no more, I will go, and I will see you all on Sunday again. And in the meantime, hopefully there'll be lots more goodies over the weekend for sale. And of course, the goodies that finish this Sunday, which are this lot, don't forget. Pop those up there. Peter's and off, over and out. See you later. So yeah, if you want to come this weekend, you're more than welcome. Just let me know when you want to come. Here in Cambridge. Leamington, I'll probably be in Leamington on Wednesday, I think. It's not definite, so do check with me if you're intending to come to Leamington to drop anything off or pick anything up. Paul's looking forward to it being videoed. I think it's going to be the first guinea pig. So yeah, I'm not sure he just knows what he's let himself in for, but anyway. What I'll do, Paul, sometime in the next week or two, no, not next week, 2 weeks maybe, I'll try and find a day to pop down and just do a bit of pre-planning, if you like, and a bit of a think, so I can get my head around what we need to do, and what sort of prepping and stuff needs to be done to get it all shot. So yeah, let me know, ping us a message with when you're free in the next sort of, well, where are we now, I don't know, end of September, beginning of October, something like that. and I'll pop down. That'll be good. So I think that's probably it for tonight. I will leave you all to it. You can go and watch the telly or do something more interesting. Not that telly is very interesting. I'll have a cup of tea, do some more work, and I'll catch up with you on Sunday night. Paul, sounds good to me. We'll do. Super. Do that. Right, so that's it. I'm off. Catch you all on Sunday night, and have a good weekend with whatever you're doing. Hopefully the sun will stay shining. Nighty night. See you, David.